20 years old, I built a social media marketing agency from a complete zero to 90 grand a month, and today is a story time. I'm gonna tell you a story how during COVID, two broke 90-year-old students were able to launch an agency and sell TikTok services to companies like Sephora, Huawei, and other 10 to 12-figure brands. This story will help anyone who runs an agency or any high-ticket coaching program because there is a bunch of valuable lessons in it. So imagine it's April the 1st, 2020, complete lockdown, and I, as a 80-year-old boy with 40,000 followers on TikTok, decided that it's time for me to move from my parents and live with a guy that I only met once. This guy used to work as a sales rep in the Instagram agency, and we decided that we can combine his sales skills and my knowledge of TikTok to launch a TikTok agency. And this is the first lesson. Don't start an agency if you don't have any skills. First, go learn something, because I had experience on TikTok. I had 40,000 followers. I knew how to go viral. This guy had experience selling high-ticket offers. So we combined these skills together and we had a dream team. I was the one in charge of the service delivery. He was the one in charge of sales. Then we needed to land our first client. And as long as we were broke, the only way we could advertise is through cold emails. So we started sending 100 cold emails, each of us, every single day. And in 25 days, we landed our first deal at somewhere around 2.5K. For broke students, it was a lot of money. We were like super happy, super hyped. We were imagining ourselves smoking cigars, drinking whiskey, being millionaires and all of the stuff. But then we just realized that it's not as good as we wished it is. Because this first client wasn't satisfied with results. He almost asked for a refund, but we already spent this money on influencers who we worked with. So we couldn't afford doing so. And we were forced to negotiate, to learn, to adapt, and eventually we fixed the situation. We learned a lot through our first deal, but it was a complete mess, and we fulfilled our services and everything was good for the next 5 to 10 days. And here the next lesson comes, because we were complete rookies. We didn't know that we had to have a marketing channel that we can rely on. Of course, we had cold emails and it was working okay, but in the first months we landed the deal at 2.5K. Next month we landed another one, 5K, which was again awesome. But for the next 2 months we landed absolutely zero deals because we couldn't sustain the amount of leads that we were getting per month, and it was devastating. It was a catastrophe because we spent all our money on salaries, we spent all our money on influencers, and we went negative, minus 4K on our balance, and I thought that we failed. That's why now with my agency and with my coaching business, I only rely on my personal brand. I have accounts on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and I know that even if one platform bans me, which happened to me before, I still have 2 more platforms. I also have my email list, and these are the marketing channels that I can rely on. And that's why when it comes to my coaching program, right now I coach agency owners on how to build their personal brand, because personal brand is the only smart way to scale an agency and also the only marketing channel you can really rely on. You can scale on Instagram organically or using paid ads, profile visit ads, or you can scale on Twitter, again without any investments, just by doing outreach and growing an organic following. So these are the marketing channels you can actually rely on, and this is enough to sustain the growth of your agency. And then I want to skip a few months in this story, because during these months we were only making mistakes and doing wrong moves. I have another video where I explain how I lost this agency, in the future where I explain all the mistakes that I made, but I want to skip to the part when we finally figured that out. So we were at inconsistent 10K months. Sometimes we hit 15K months, sometimes we get back to 5K months, but my partner came to me and said that, dude, I found a new service. We are going to create TikTok accounts for brands and we're gonna post content for them on their pages, not on the influencers pages. And this way we can stack a MRR. We can charge a monthly fee and brands will work with us forever just because they need to upload this content constantly. And back then it was kind of new idea. Nobody did that. There was no agencies on the market who were offering TikTok account management. So I decided to try, and we did it. And this is how we struck gold, because in the next few months we landed multiple deals, from 5 to 10 deals. I don't remember the exact number. We landed Sephora as a client, and Sephora actually signed a contract with us for a year, and the sum of the contract, I can't say the number, but it was somewhere between 30 and 50 grand. It was insane. During this time, we had a falling out with a partner, and I ended up buying his part of an agency, and the agency was doing 20 grand a month when I bought his part. And then in the next few months, I scaled it from 20 to 90 grand a month, just because I knew that all I need to do is to stack MRR. And of course, it was impossible to do with cold emails alone. So during that time, I started building our name, the name of the agency. We started posting a bunch of articles on our website just to rank in the SEO. I started entering some conferences, speak about TikTok, and build my personal brand as well. So right now I have 15,000 followers on Twitter. I had account with on Instagram with 20,000 followers. Right now I'm starting it from scratch, but personal brand is the only tool you need to scale your agency. If you are somewhere between 10 and 15k a month with your agency, all you need to do is to lock in for the next 3 to 4 months and start building your name on Twitter and Instagram. The reason why I chose these two platforms is because your clients are there and my clients were there. A lot of high-level entrepreneurs are on Twitter, and I believe that Elon will change the world forever. The world of social media, Twitter will be the social media platform #1 in the next 3 years. But the reason why we do Instagram as well is because there is no faster way to get inbound leads than running profile visit ads on Instagram. If you want to learn the strategy, if you want to learn the organic strategy on Twitter and the paid strategy that I use on Instagram, that is in charge of delivering 70 calls in my calendar in June, back in June, then click the first link in the description. This is my free mini course that covers this part. And also I work with agency owners and B2B coaches one-on-one, and I teach them how to build a personal brand with 10,000 followers and add 30 grand MRR using inbound only strategy. So if you want to work with me one-on-one, if you want to see if the social sniper strategy that I have will work in your case, then click the second link in the description and you will get on the website where I explain everything about this one-on-one coaching program. If you want to learn more, click this link, subscribe to this channel, and I hope you enjoyed this story.